Go ahead, fire away.
Finally seeing these guys in person on the practice field, what are some of your early impressions of your unit?
First of all, I like our energy on the field. I like our willingness to do things correctly, and I like our willingness to develop the habitual traits needed to be a successful defense, successful team. I think we got talent. I think it's a matter of developing the consistency needed to be the kind of team we want to be, and I think that we're moving in the right direction. Obviously, with day 3, we're not where we need to be, but I certainly like our attitude, I like our effort, I like our energy, I like we're early to meetings, we're early to practice, and we just got to keep working and grinding.
How much of your defense do you hope to have installed by the end of the spring here?
Well enough. I mean, I don't worry about it as far as, I mean, we're going to have all the concepts in. It's not so much how many it's offense or defense, it's the concepts, the techniques that guys need to know relative to their position. So they'll know all the techniques. Now we might change it weekly, or we might change something here, something there, based on who we play relative to what they do. But as far as the concepts and the techniques that they know, it'll be in. We'll have enough things to make plays.
You've coached some good defenses, but just talent-wise, what's the potential here?
Well, I think talent is important, but at the same time, you have to have the habitual traits needed, both in your effort and your energy, both in your fundamentals, and that's the key to playing good defense. It's playing as a unit, it's playing as one, it's putting in the preparation needed to do those things. So talent's only one part of it. I mean, there's a lot of other things involved in being a top 10 defense, and I've been fortunate enough to have a few of those teams. And I think the biggest thing is playing as a unit and just honestly developing the habitual traits to play every play the way it needs to play and play the standard that we want. I think that right now we're in the consistency phase from a standpoint of you might see one play that, yeah, that's pretty good, but the next 2 or 3 are not. So it's a matter of continuing to work. Like I said, we're in day 3. I like our progress. I like the way we're moving forward. We just got to continue to work and grind. There's no magic dust to what we need to do. We just need to continue to work and prepare and develop the habits you need to play with the energy and effort that we need to play.
How do you feel that they handled the install? I know you did install the first day, second day, and how they retain it.
They're fine.
So defensive tackle is a couple key losses from last year's team, obviously. But what do you see at that position, and do you have some guys who fit the nose guard kind of?
Oh yeah, we got guys. I mean, when you play in our 3 down, whether you play nose or end, or tackle, I should say. When you play with our 2 inside guys, if you can play a 3, you can play a nose. Guys will cross train and play more than one spot. We'll end up having enough depth there. We're certainly going to evaluate the guys that we have. There's a couple guys there's a guy that's banged up now with Kyrie that's not participating right now, so obviously he'll come into the mix once he's back. But really right now at that position, it's more of a matter of trying to develop depth and a rotation, because I really do believe you got to play a lot of front guys, and to get to where we want to go, you got to win a lot of games, and to win games, that means you got to have pass rush in the 4th quarter, which means you got to have guys fresh. So the front in general, you need to have enough depth that you can rotate guys to keep them fresh so we can finish the game in the 4th quarter.
How many ideally are you looking for those down linemen?
It varies. I mean, the more the better. I mean, obviously, we can play, it depends on what package we're in. If we're in our base package, you're playing with 3 big guys. If you're in our nickel package, you're really playing with 2, and then you kind of got a hybrid playing the other position. When I was in pro ball, you actually had 5 really big guys that cross-trained and played. That's all you dressed. We have more than that right now, so we have enough players. We just got to continue to develop them. And really right now, the biggest thing to me is guys aren't competing for a depth chart. They're really competing for reps on Saturdays. I mean, that's what they're competing, because I'm going to play guys and we're going to play guys. So if you want to play, then show up on tape and we'll find a way to get you reps needed.
Has anyone impressed you more than what you had saw on film?
I think as a whole, I like our effort, our energy. I have been impressed with our corners and their play, and certainly continue to work, develop those guys, and I think they can bring something to the table. Chauncey at the nickel position is a guy that we moved there from safety. leader, really works hard, conscientious. You know, I'm really pleased. I mean, David Reese is a guy that's shown up to be a player. So, I mean, we just got to continue to work guys, develop guys. CC's a guy that's embraced, you know, playing outside backer, you know, for us and what we're trying to do with him. You know, Zaninga's a guy that can play more than one spot. So, I'm encouraged about where we're moving, but we've got to continue to work and develop. You know, the thing about it is you think you have 15 days, but in reality, you really only have 30 hours on the field in spring. And we're in day 3, so 6 of those hours are gone. So right now we got 24 hours left on the field, the remainder of spring, to try to get the things we need in, and also evaluate guys and see where they can stack up as far as giving us reps.
Going against the offense, what do you see from just the talent level over there, the quarterbacks? And
Well, first of all, you start with their front. I'm impressed with their front, the way they come off the ball. I think our running backs have shown the ability to make some cuts and make guys miss. Quarterbacks, you know, have the talent to do some things. I think that from what I've seen with those guys, I've been really impressed with where they are, and certainly excited for them to be a part of our team. We've just got to make sure that we hold up our end of the bargain and continue to develop our defense.
you were with Dan Mullen last year for the 1 year, but what just his energy level? I mean, the guy's, you know, going hard all practice. How's that rub off on the team, the staff? Just
I think the best thing he
overall?
does as the head coach is he's the CEO of the team. I mean, sometimes when a head coach has a particular side of the ball, he becomes dominant to that side, and then the practice is dictated on how that side does. In spring, if we have a good play, well, they're probably going to have a bad play because we're going against them. If they have a good play, then we're going to have a bad play. So you really want to have a balance in the sense of, you know, we're going to have some good, they're going to have some good, because that's showing you have playmakers on both sides of the ball. And to me, the best thing that I've seen him do being around him is he becomes the CEO of the whole team. And when we make a play, he's happy. You know, he goes around the whole team as the head coach, whereas, you know, sometimes guys, when they're experts or they've gotten to become a head coach, relative to their position, they become one-dimensional on that side, and then the practice is dictated based on how that side does.
Why was nickel a good fit for Chauncey to play to his strengths?
Why was what?
The nickel?
For Chauncey?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's a good player. I mean, you need a guy that's got some stoutness and play strength. He can cover in the slot. He's got to set the edge on the bubbles, which is more like a safety. He's a good blitzer coming off the edge. I mean, he does multiple things. I mean, he can play corner for us, but it's a matter of getting our best 11 players on the field. It's a matter of putting him at nickel.
How often do you foresee using that nickel scheme?
Well, most offenses are about 90% 3 wide personnel, so 90% of the time.
You mentioned